If a new life is what you want, then I can give you a few steps to start today that are not difficult, but are going to put you on your way. And it is all about small steps that lead to the big leaps and jumps. So, okay, let's get started. I'm excited. Hi guys, it's Lisa Pyre. Welcome back to my channel. We talk about love, light, spirituality, positive, good vibes only on this channel. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about navigating huge change. What if you want a totally different life? You could be anything and anyone that you wanted. What would that look like?
Listen, once my skin clears up and I lose 20 pounds, shave my legs, and learn how to properly do my eyebrows, and get a whole new wardrobe, comb my hair, and become mentally stable, it's going to be over for all of you bitches.
I feel you. I have done it. I've been there, done that. So I've moved cities 7 times, I think, and changed careers about 6, 7 times. I have navigated some huge changes and 180s in my life, and I do not regret a single one of them. We'll probably get into that in more videos, but just in this video today, I'm going to give you some tiny little baby steps that you can implement or incorporate into your life to start to get you on the path, because it is going to be a step-by-step process. It is very difficult to change your entire life overnight.
This is not a good idea. Don't do that.
Nah, dude, it's fine. I'm on X Games mode.
The best thing to do is to start somewhere. And I think what a lot of people struggle with, and I totally get it, is where, right? You need someone to kind of coach you through it, or to order your steps a little bit. Tell me what to do first. How would I even go about this? And I think that a lot of people really struggle with that, and then they don't really know where to start, and so therefore they never start, and they end up just being dissatisfied or unfulfilled with most aspects of their life for most of their life. Most people just sort of trudge along. If you want to make major change, power to you. You're my kind of people, and I can definitely help you. So let's get into it. Okay. You need to start to walk the walk and talk the talk. Start to feel that you have the lifestyle that it is that you're aspiring to. It's a little bit of fake it till you make it. And you can go really small. Let's say, for example, you're living in a small apartment that you hate, that is nothing like what you aspire to, the kind of property that you would love to live in your wildest dreams, right? You're going to start to incorporate just small little things in your living space that you feel are indicative of the type of life and lifestyle that you want. It can be as small as something that you would put on the bedside table. Let's say that you imagine a really luxe lifestyle. And when you think about luxe, you think about the nicest hotel room that you've ever seen or stayed in. A really nice hotel room often has little touches that feel really luxe, and they're not necessarily that expensive. For example, on the bedside table, you might have a little leather tray, glass carafe with a glass, heirloom tray that you can put your jewelry in, or maybe a nice little notebook with a very nice ballpoint pen. These are all things that you could actually get on Amazon for not that much. And you could create that environment just on your side table, just next to your bed, and start to feel as though you have the life and lifestyle that you're aspiring to. Small details like that are going to start to get you the feeling of having that life, and then you can go from there. Number 2, you need a gateway or an opener to this new life. So one aspect of your life needs to change so that you can start to raise your standards everywhere. Because what happens is, if one area of your life gets a lot better, and everything else by comparison starts to look so much worse. What happened for me was I started figure skating again. I had this craving, this itch to go back to skating, and I just couldn't shake it. So finally I got some skates and a lesson, and the rest is history. I started competing, I started training 2 or 3 hours a day, and it changed my life completely. So the reason why figure skating was so positive for me and was such a gateway was because at the time, I wasn't feeling very fulfilled by a lot of aspects of my life. And skating was so positive and so high vibration. First of all, I was skating in a rink that was full of Olympic athletes and Olympic level coaches. So I was just in a really high performance environment, and I found that so inspiring, the structure and the discipline, and seeing people who were super inspired and motivated to really go for things in life. Being in that environment every day, 2 to 3 hours a day, was life-changing, game-changing. And it also gave me structure and discipline to my life at a time when I felt like I needed that. It gave me a lot of resilience, and I was just inspired to work towards something. So even though it wasn't my actual work, I was treating it like a part-time job, sort of secretly. But it was just so positive for me, and it raised the bar, raised the standard for everything else in my life. I wanted everything else to feel that good. I loved the people that I was around. I just loved the overall environment. As soon as I got used to that, I wanted everything to feel like that, and anything that didn't feel like that, I wanted to get the cut, or I wanted to upgrade. So it ended up sort of bumping up my standard or my expectations for everything else in my life, and acting as a natural sort of tide that lifted all boats. That's why skating was so positive for me. If there's anything that you can be doing in your personal or your professional life where you just put yourself in that environment where you're a little bit more inspired, I think it's always going to be very positive and bring a lot of great results. So that was my gateway, or that my opener. And it was actually something I added instead of something that I changed. It can be either, but you want something in your life that is so good that it makes everything else pale in comparison. And then that will be a natural trigger for you to want to upgrade everything, because nothing will feel right. If that one thing is so good, then you're going to want everything to at least match it. So the gateway or the opener is the second step. The third step is addition subtraction. Take a good look at your life and be honest with yourself about what's bringing you down or holding you back. You want to start to pull away from any of those energies or things or people, circumstances that are bringing you down, and you want to pull in the things that are bringing you up. And if you have to go into a little bit of hermit mode or sort of pull back entirely from your life, that is what a lot of people do. That cocooning or that caterpillar into a butterfly mode is very typical of people who are going through major change and transformation. So don't be afraid of letting go of some things in your life and adding in new things in your life. And you can start small, but that is really important towards getting a completely different life. And then finally, there is no way that you can make major change or go through a major transformation without changing the way that you think. There is no question that you have limiting beliefs and limiting mental constructs that are in the way of you getting your dream or your dream life. It's just human. We all are conditioned. There needs to be peeling away of some of those layers.
Our problems follow us wherever we go. You can move, change jobs, locations, relationships, friends, and lifestyle. You can try your best to run, hide, bury, and forget them. But that will only be a temporary fix until you choose to heal and dissolve them. If you want a brand new life and to reach your highest potential, you will need new eyes, a new perspective, so you can be free and see what's truly possible.
The changes that I wanted to make that I never made were good decisions because those were more impulse moves. So for example, I wanted to leave LA 2 years before I actually left LA. The reason I wanted to leave LA at that time is I was just so unhappy. But the reality was I was in the midst of a karmic loop or a karmic cycle. I was cycling a lot of karma. Not that I had done anything wrong and that I was being punished, but I just hadn't been honoring myself. And I had been betraying myself such that I was paying the price. And there were lessons in that, and there was growth in that, and there was healing in that that was extremely unpleasant, but it wouldn't have mattered if I was with a bunch of Buddhist monks up in a cave somewhere, or whether I was just right where I was, which was in LA, not happy with my life, but kind of forced to be there at that time and just needing to go through it. So if you're trying to escape problems, they're going to follow you, unfortunately. Sorry. You could go to therapy, and that could be a slow process, to be honest. I think it could be a very slow process to really changing your mind. Or you could try to seek out, and this is very uncomfortable and most people don't really like it, including me, but you could seek out people or opportunities that are going to really challenge the way that you think. and start to peel those layers away, start to question everything. Since 97% of our actions come from our subconscious, you really need to change the way that you think, because you want to get to as much of a blank slate as possible. What you want is as clean a canvas as possible. There are some examples of ways and places that you can do that. I worked with a beautiful spiritual teacher, Peter Crone. He has a mastermind class that I think is outstanding. He completely radically changed the way I think and the eyes through which I see the world. Landmark Forum was 2.5 days of the best investment of time and money that I have ever spent. I was seeing a therapist for, I think, 2 or 3 years, twice a week. And I fired my therapist the minute I got back from the Landmark Forum. And honestly, I got more out of those 2.5 days at the Landmark Forum, which gave me completely new eyes and new lens on the world, than those 2 or 3 years in therapy, truly. So therapy for me ended up being a lot of hand-holding, a lot of reinforcing of the ideas that I already had. Whereas the Landmark Forum just completely wiped the slate clean. And that was what I really needed, to start letting go of a lot of those limiting beliefs, that belief system, those constructs, the lens through which I was looking at life, in order to come from a place of pure possibility and potential, which is what you need if you want a completely different life. I would not recommend changing everything at once in an impulse move. You are likely to end up feeling very overwhelmed and destabilized. I would recommend being a little smarter and more strategic about it. Do put the fire under your bum, because a little bit of time pressure, even if it's self-imposed and fake, is extremely healthy. That has gotten me very far in life. Fake deadlines. I think that's very healthy, and I think that's something that very successful people do. They always do today what they could do tomorrow. They put themselves under time pressure. They give themselves fake deadlines in order to get things done, because otherwise you'll procrastinate and you'll never do it more. I hope this video helped for a few baby steps towards getting a completely different life for yourself, if that is what you want. I wish you luck and success with it. I couldn't be a bigger proponent of making major change. It's such a beautiful way to embrace your soul's journey in this lifetime. We are here to evolve. We are here to express ourselves. We are here to reach our highest and best potential. Go for your biggest dreams. Don't limit yourself. You can be anything and anyone that you want to be, and it all starts with you. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I will see you very soon. Lots of love.
And don't go wait until the morning. You'll never know when it is over.